Hello. Oof, I need to turn that down and I need to turn that up. Cool. Welcome to another stream. I'm working on Gitstore again tonight. I did quite a bit of stuff off stream, so there was an icon issue in the dev, or like the testing server that I fixed. I'm going to turn this down a little bit more. Hopefully it's not too soft. Let me know if it is. Okay. The main thing that I did was that this is now functional. You can now pick Stripe or PayPal to pay with. I'll make this a little bit bigger so it's a little bit easier to see if you're running this small. So we spent quite a bit of time fixing this up last few streams and styling this and fixing the icons over here. So this stuff is all going. And I think the last stream I successfully got this list to be dynamic for GitHub. And if I click here, to be dynamic for Bitbucket. Cool. So I'll reconnect Bitbucket and try again. Apparently it expired between Thursday last week and today. There we go. So dynamic list here, which is really cool. And you can select these and it updates these totals and it remembers past refresh. But the next page is also sorted out. So now you can put in Stripe public keys and private keys. If you blank out these values, the button goes away. If I select PayPal as a payment type, then I already have a value in there, but I can blank that out as well. So here I can just say something like, whatever, SK. And so this kind of gives me an indication, but then when I refresh, that stuff is gone. I should maybe... Yeah, I'm not really sure. That stuff should have blanked out a lot sooner than what it did. Anyway, this lets you put in account details. And let's remember it. But this is kind of like a radio option previously. And I don't think this UI is set up in such a way that this is a good indicator of this. But this, you can select of any of these and edit them, right? Whereas this is what you select and enter is what you have going forward. So if you put in PayPal details, but you click on Stripe and you put your Stripe details in here, and you hit next, what you're going to see is, maybe I can indicate this with a button action actually. That's a good idea. I'll do that. Oh, I'm also trying for the stream much higher kilobits per second throughput and 60 frames a second. So let me know if that is okay with you. Should still be fine. I don't see any drop frames, so I'm guessing that's okay. Okay, the thing that I wanted to do here was if you have selected a provider, maybe I should change the next button to say proceed with and then provider. Unfortunately, I think that's going to be lowercase. But that at least makes it very clear that once you have picked one of these, that's what you're proceeding with, which is cool. So if provider is, I just want to case this properly, Stripe, then the string you should show is Stripe, else show PayPal. It's just the two for now, but now at least this will show you very clearly, okay, I'm proceeding with that value. And if it's blanked out, you don't get the button at all, but then you can say like Chris Gitstore app. Once you change that value, then you get this button. I think that's okay. So this is just next because whatever changes you do, you go forward with. But then this is specifically, okay, proceed with these. Cool. I like that. Nice little bit of UI that makes it clear the distinction between this and this. So that's cool. Okay, so today I've got to work on the theme selector. Now I was going to do this with, oh by the way, I can show you what that UI should look like. Let me show you what that UI looks like. Concepts. So this was the initial idea for this, where you pick a theme and then the whole colors of this change, and it gets. I think this is kind of a weird way to show this because it drops the entire aesthetic of the wizard so far. Whereas what I would prefer to do, what I think might work better, is to do this screen again. So we don't actually have that preview screen if you go all the way back to the beginning. We don't have that preview screen, and maybe we can do it once I do this other work that I want to do. So I actually need to make a new component that fits in here, because then I can reuse that. Then I can reuse that in both screens. Once just for like the default template, and then once for when you've picked the theme. Artisan make live wire preview theme. Show theme, preview theme, preview theme. Okay, so this is going to be like a dead simple component, but it's going to be in select theme. It's going to be embedded in the right here. So live wire preview theme, and this needs to load a whole bunch of data in here. But for now, I'm not going to do that. I will, however, say preview theme here. So that's what that should look like. Now I've got to do some shuffling to get this down and overlapping here, which I will do. However, for now, let's think about what's going to go in there. It's like a name and a description, which I can probably do with. How should I do that? So these can definitely be dynamic, right? These ones here can definitely be dynamic. With their little description and their title, and this will change based on the workflow that you've picked. And their prices and their currency symbols can be dynamic as well. But this is profile specific, as is this stuff. And this is sales page specific. I don't even think there's been a screen for that yet. So what do we do there? What do we do there? Do we make a place to edit this as a previous step? Or do we just default it with some stuff first? And have like hard-coded values here? I don't know about this. Maybe we just have this stuff as hard-coded for now. This stuff can be dynamic. And theme selection on the left. So you pick a color theme and then it like changes what this view looks like. I think that's fine for now. If we need to be a little bit more intense about it, then we can do that, I guess. So let's style this then. How do these usually work? Just a normal flex container. So I can actually start styling this in here. If I say something like flex and rounded LG. What is the... I've forgotten what the tailwind rounded elements. This is, by the way, this is Child of Light soundtrack, I think. Let me check. Yeah, Child of Light game soundtrack. Okay, where are our rounded corners? Is that in here? Border radius. What's a lot? Rounded LG. Not bad. I had it. Rounded LG. And we can just give this like a gray. Oh, BG gray. BG gray 300. And then a width and a height. Maybe like width full. And like a height that's dynamic for the amount of plans on it. I think that works, yeah. Height that's dynamic for the amount of plans on it should be fine. I am going to make the text very small on them, but this should be okay. And then plan details, yo. But let's change this select theme right column component. How do I override the styles in there? Expand. What does that do again? Oh, it gets rid of the padding. So where am I using that? I don't even remember where I'm using that. Show wizard? Where am I even using that? That's weird. Left column, right column. Oh, maybe I'm using it in customize plans. Expand true. Okay, so there I'm doing padding. There I'm doing custom padding. I guess because of the tabs. Okay. Anyway, what I need to do is on this right column, I need to have a way of setting its alignment. So if not empty center, item center, justify center. Okay. Let's do it like that, and then when we go select theme, right column, we can say center true. There we go. So that's centered. Now the only thing we need to do is change its margin. So like minus ML32. Nope. Oh, let's do center true, expand true. Because we don't really need the usual padding and margin nonsense on here, right? What does this look like with... It does actually go to the end of the blue. That's really bizarre. Like, what will this do here? Oh, gross. Okay, I need to fix those styles on mobile. But this is okay, right? This will give you like a... Yeah. I think that's okay. So... How do I do this then? Preview theme, I think, is where I need to do this. So ML0, MD, ML32. I don't even know if that's the right breakpoint. I think it's, yeah, I think it's LG. And then let's actually say M16. M16, why is that not working though? It's just doing vertical margin, it's not doing horizontal margin. Is that not a valid value? It is though. Okay. Forget this. What if I do P16 LG P0 and then I do another div inside here, and this does ML0, so this is actually going to have the rounded and the gray. Oof. And then I need a flex and a width full again. There we go, that looks a bit better. Okay, but I need less aggressive padding on that though. That's cool. And then I can do like a little responsive thing for this. So div for header, div for content, which is actually div for left content. And then a div for footer. There should be full flex col. There should be so like that, and then this is flex row. And then this is actually flex col. But then MD is flex row. Yeah, that makes sense. And then flex width full MD width 1/2, and that class gets repeated there. So I'll make these content blocks really small, but it's like that, and then when it gets to small, it can just wrap them, or not even MD, maybe SM, it goes like that. Small, it's there. MD, it's still like this. Large, it overlaps again. And then how far does that thing overlap? Quite a bit, actually. So I think I'm on the money there with how that's happening. But then I need to make this BG white. Woo! And then this whole thing gets a border radius, doesn't it? Yeah, the whole thing gets a border radius. B gray 300. Oh, it's border gray 300. Border 2. Oh. Oh my word. Okay. Super cool. Now I just have to style this stuff a little bit. So I don't have this or this as a vector, which I should probably have. Yeah. So if I do px2 py or px4 py2, something like that. Okay, and this has to be a lot smaller. So I'll just do small text, like really small text for now. Yeah, really small text for now should be fine. Yo, chat's really quiet today. Okay. I'll take this extra small all the way through and then just override it when I need to. So header needs a span in here, and this is going to be the placeholder for the user icon. So width 8, height 8, BG gray 500 rounded full. I need to put this padding in there as well. Oh, hello. Why is that over there? Cool. Cool. Let's make this 6 instead. I think that looks better. Okay. What if we put like a really thin span here? Because I don't like just having the text of logo there, but what if we do a really small span here? Width 12, height 2, BG gray, like 400. I love that much more than the logo, but maybe we make it height like 4. I think that's much better than the logo, and I think that this background color is better for the avatar as well. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so what are we going to put next to this thing? Flex row, and then div flex col. And then a couple more of these, one over there, 4, 2, and then like some margin bottom on this. Does not work. Okay, so that's okay, but maybe this should be 3. Oof. And maybe like a longer width. I really don't know about the styling. I really don't know about the styling. Maybe I should just have... Okay, get rid of this. Okay. Let's put some actual text in there. I don't like the placeholder stuff so much. Okay, what transform stuff is on here? Scale. I will scale the text down. Scale 75. So it's already extra small. What? Transform. Where is that? Where is that ever shown? Okay. Then transform origin. It's probably origin left. Origin left. Okay. Can probably get rid of this. Yeah, the transform stuff's a little bit hinky. It's actually just to get a slightly smaller font size. But then I should probably increase this again. Nope. Cool. Was there like any... Yeah, this was slightly grey as well. Okay. So flex row. I need to wrap this again because we have another one over here. And then inexplicably, this is the same the same value as what is right here. So, okay. But then I should do items between, or is it justify between I need to do here? Yeah, probably justify, because I need to do space between here. Okay, so item center justify between to get this vertically centered. Is that close to what the Basecamp thing's doing? Oh, clicked off. Yeah. Yeah, that is closer to it. I wonder if this... I should do semi-bold on this and scale on this as well, on this top one. Maybe I can drop the size now. How does that look? No. I guess I'm stuck with 8.8, hey? I'm really pleased at how well this connection's holding up with the increased bitrate and 60 frames a second. I hope it doesn't look terrible when viewed. I don't know. I guess I'll see when I highlight. So we have a placeholder for the logo. We have a placeholder for the profile picture. Some text over here, same text over here, and then maybe we should just out the gate do pointer events none on this whole thing, because I don't want someone clicking on or selecting the text. Although I guess the text is still selectable. How do I? Is there a way that I can turn that off as well? User select none. Because I don't want this whole thing highlighting or selectable. I want it to look static, even though it's not. Okay, cool. So we've got some padding on this container, and then we've got a left column and a right column, and it looks like 1/3 to 2/3. Okay, so let's do that. I don't know if it is 1/3 to 2/3 or if it's just... I mean, I guess I'll try it. PX16 PY32. No content. Yeah, that PY is too much. What if it's just P16? I should actually be looking at this thing, the ratio of that. So I'm going to guess the vertical is less than the horizontal. If 16 is enough horizontal, then I should actually do PX16 PY12. It's a little bit better. Okay, so let's style the okay, let's style the plans first. We've got a loop here that we can use for this. And this just uses data that's provided to the component. So this will be the first bit of stuff that enters the key. So if plan is upsell, maybe we should do not empty so that we don't have to define that on everything. Continue the loop. So we don't want to show upsell plans. Okay, but here we have this stuff. Let's just do div and put this mess in here. Okay, so we've got the patch for the plan. We should be showing the currency, selected repositories. I actually want to show that on the right hand side, currency and amount. So this should error because we don't have plans yet. And so we get that by, how do we get that? We get that given into the preview theme. this plans. And we should also cast this. Oh, yeah, cast this, which means we need the encode caster. Okay, like that. So now we should have, oh, but we're not, okay, so we're not calling it with those plans yet. So in show wizard, where we do, no, the view, show wizard, where we do the view for select theme, we've got selected theme, we should have plans, and that should be part of the key. And so we do actually get that. If I look at customized plans, we do get that there. So yeah, we should have that available over here, and so there shouldn't error anymore. So it's not working. Select theme plans. Oh, that's right, because we have to pass that down here as well. So let me just start formatting this by default. I can copy this whole thing. Preview theme, preview theme. Undefined variable plans. What? Select. Oh, because select theme isn't remembering it either. Oh, I gotta do the flip and prop drilling here. And we should probably also cast this. I nearly forgot. Let's cast them both. I never know. It's fine to do the encode because that's just a JSON encode. Whoa-wee! 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 So that's the plans with their modifications, which is really cool. So preview theme, these should be flex and flex col. What does that design look like? Yeah, flex col, and there's like a header row and then a description row. But there should also be flex col. There we go. This is going to be work. How am I doing the currency symbol lookup? I bring in a library to do this, if I remember correctly, and I think it's the Symfony Intel, yeah. Okay, and then probably in a model, I have a function to return a currency symbol for plan. Yep. So I want to make a helper for this. No, wait, I have a currency model in here, don't I? Models currency. So I have this, but I don't think I'm using the model except for the select, which I might still do, but I think for now I'm just going to have a helper that converts between the two. If not, function exists. Okay, and that returns this mess over here, that mess over there, and that means I have to import this. Am I importing anywhere else? No, so I'll do it at the top. So here I should just be able to use get currency symbol. Like that. Or like that. This line is terrible. Code is so... why is it not found? Still downloading. Disappoint. This is really nice music. I haven't listened to this album in a while. What are the frames looking like? 0 drop frames! I'm just going to keep upping the bitrate until I start dropping frames. And then like pull back slightly. Seems fine to me. Undefined method, get currency bundle. What? Oh, so V5 and this version of Gitstore is using V4 something, if I remember. Damn. Is that even how you... Oh, come on. Symphony. Shows you how long ago I actually tried to search for something on Symphony. Currencies. That's a whole new thing. Oh well. Boop. No. Boop. Oh. Let me boop that properly. There we go. I booped it properly. Currencies get symbol. Oh. It wouldn't have worked anyway, but anyway. There we go. $125! I also need to show the frequency of this. Actually, I don't really need to case that properly. Once. I do need to case that properly. So this isn't really a code, but anyway. If you know what? That's the only special case I need to handle there. So I'll just do it like that. Once off. That's not actually the only. So complicated. Here we go. 125 once off. I can get rid of these brackets. I can get rid of the space. Oof. And this can be in its own bubble. So div okay, so that's flex col, but this must be flex row width full, and then we need another div in here and another div in here, but maybe only if no, we'll do it anyway, just to preserve the spacing. Okay, so this will be, what was the design there? It's just a slightly smaller text, right? Do I want to, is it like that level of text? It's not really, it's probably closer to this. So I'll leave it as extra small, but it is semi-bold. And then this is smaller text uppercase with rounding. And then this is actually flex row justify between. Although the whole block, so complicated. Gray 100, rounded LG, P2. P2? I don't know. Guess we'll see. Rounded MD, BG gray, like something darker, like maybe 500, P1. Font semi-bold, and then I need text uppercase. I can't remember what the text transformation is for that. That one. Uppercase. Oh, I could have tried that, really, to be honest. Oh, but now if... Yeah, so that's a problem. That is a super problem. Why is this text so big? Fine. That's better, I guess. Per month, per month. The text is actually supposed to be a lot smaller. And I think that this should probably go in between here. Because I don't really want an empty block popping up if it's... Or maybe I do... Hang on, maybe I do. But maybe I want an else in here. Okay, but what do I do about this font size? Because it feels like I took the font size out of here. This font size feels huge. What if I do justify between items center and I make this bubble smaller? Transform, scale, origin right, scale 50. Okay, not the worst. These things all need some margin. What is that margin? It's actually quite a bit more than that. No, it's not really. Not really. Not really. Maybe this should be on the whole thing. Right? Maybe it should be on this whole thing. It shouldn't be on the whole thing. It should just be on the bubble, but maybe not so small. Fiddling with CSS, eh? Kingy! K1 Kingy, in fact. Thank you for subbing. You are my first sub with Twitch Prime. That is awesome. Thank you so much. I'll work on the UI, I think, before next stream to show most recent sub. Thank you so much for that. Wow, that is really cool. Okay. So, what to do about this? I think this is looking okay. But maybe, yeah, so that stuff is semi-bold. I just need to do something about showing, oh, you know what I should do first? Let me do this first. Because I had this issue earlier on, or I didn't address this issue earlier on. These plans In the newer designs, these plans have icons. Hello. There. These icons here. So purple, rounded, they have a number and the icon matches up with what's selected there. So if I do that, I can actually put that underneath, or underneath the description even, in the preview. Flip, Kingy, I'm so excited. Thank you for that. Wow, that's really cool. Okay. Let's go back here and let's do this over here. So the price, I also want to do that the price floats. Maybe the price should be under the description and then the icons. Or maybe the price can float in a bubble. I'm not really sure. I kind of think a bubble underneath here is best, but then that's a different style of bubble to the attachments on it. So I don't know. Let's try it. Let's try it. Where is that stuff? Customize plans. Okay, this is where I have the stuff at the moment. So I won't put it as that. Oh, wait, actually, that's not what I want to change. This is what I want to change. So div, actually just a span. So we get a count here. Actually, it's just icon and count, right? So where are my icons? Back button. There's an icon. Icon and then count. So this will be, where are the tabs? Brands GitHub. BG Indigo 500. Sure. Oh, that did not work. Why does brands GitHub not work here? Inline flex? Cool. P2 text SM. Rounded LG. Oh, the padding is too much though. And should be rounded full, I think. Okay, that's not bad. How does it... So it needs to be a little bit darker and no padding. Why? Maybe like 600? Ooh, it has to have padding though. Maybe the icon can be smaller. Is 3 a unit? 3 is a unit. Text XX. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, so this stuff should be... arguably all of the stuff should be under the description. Just want to do these here, and then I can reuse the styling in the preview screen. So this should be a bubble. No, but not like that though, just like this. And no brackets. And the currency symbol. Okay, but then this color should probably be like a gray or a green. Not that shade of green. So green for the price. Maybe we can take this space out. And then also put the interval label. Yay, like that, something like that. Okay. Like a 2. Cool. And then let's do a... How do we do space between these things when they're all optional? Like that's fine. That's fine. Span to close that out. And then this is Bitbucket. Should really abstract this, to be honest. Like icon bubble or something. But that's cool. I wonder if that's not a bit too dark. I know I'm backing and forthing on this based on the design, but I think this is actually better. So it's a little bit more, it's a little bit heavier on this side. Yeah, a little bit heavier on this side, but I think that's okay, because it does express exactly what I was showing in like the ugly header here. So I think that's cool. Then I just need to do one last one for uploads. Like that, and then what was the icon I used here? So if I drag and upload over here, it should show it over there, and then remove it, removes it from there. Really cool. Okay, so I can copy this style now and stick this underneath the description in preview theme. Boop. And then all of the stuff can get deleted. I can delete this price thing. I can remove this from what I've done here, and all of these things can be simpler. In fact, I don't need this internal one, but here I should do flex width full MT2, and I should actually do the same in customize plans. Okay, next. Very cool. These should be smaller though in here. I wonder if we should do it on this whole row. Transform origin top left top scale 75. Is that left top a thing? Transform origin. Oh, coffee. Top left. Oh well, so close. Yay, it's smaller. Sweet. Unfortunately, I think this should actually just be left, not top left. And then I can maybe get rid of the margin top on here. No. No, I cannot. The one last thing is to make this text extra small. But that should be happening, so I'm not sure why. Maybe I have to scale this as well to like 75 as well. What does this design look like? Oh, okay, I don't need to be in here, I need to be in that other design. Oh, 5 minutes to go. Let's see if I can finish off this preview screen a little bit more. Okay, so this only has the price and the description there. I've kind of gone off a little bit about this, but this background should also be darker. Maybe not gray 100, maybe go gray 200. Have a look at that looks like. A little bit better, maybe 300. No, 200. Cool. So this shows you what's attached to it, shows you what the price is, what the interval is. It's got the description there. Whoa, whoa, what's with that? Gross. Maybe maybe we should change the width of these columns. 1/2, 1/2. Oh no. MD SM 1/2. Oh, gross at that sizing though. That size is gross. Why? Oh, those things are stretching. I actually have to make these pulls not stretch at all. White space, no wrap. Is that how that looks? If that's the case, it's gross. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Okay. Not the worst, though. Not the worst. But maybe we can do flex row, flex wrap. For those... Oh. You see? MB1. And then get rid of one of these. No. PB1. Why does it wrap so quickly there? Because it is scaling. Like if we get rid of the scale, this is why it's doing it. Let's drop this, and then you'll see. Then you will see that's why it wraps. It's because it's wrapping before it scales. You dastardly punk. Do I have to scale each of these things individually? Because that's going to make me vomit in my mouth. I think it's fine. It's fine, it's fine. Maybe the approach I should be taking is loading an actual template in and scaling the whole thing down by 50%. Or scaling it down until it fits in the right column. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I also think the padding is too much when it gets too small, is the other thing. So PX4, SM, PX8, MD, PX16, and then PY2. You see there, it's less jarring like that. There's like a tiny frame in which this wraps, but there could be bit bucket selections as well. So if I go back and or an upload anyway, let me put an upload in here again, and then go forward. You see it's dynamic and it's wrapping there. Oh, I don't like how it wraps there though. Oh, I wish there was a way to define that better. I don't know. I think that's where I'm going to call it though. I'll just work in the styling a little bit more, try and work this stuff out a little bit better. My first instinct is to style this and then transform scale it down. So do like width full, transform scale 50%. Let me see what that would look like just quickly though. So width full, width screen. You see, I think this is much better. I actually think that this is much better. And then I can get rid of the rest of the transforms in this whole thing. Yeah. Much better. Much better. So I can get rid of that. I can get rid of the text SM if that's still on here somewhere. Text SX if that's still on there. This transform can go. This transform can go. You delete a transform, and you delete a transform. Everyone deletes a transform. And then, so transform it there, but then do scale 100, MD scale 50. Or like SM scale 75, MD scale 50. So it's like still, actually, let's change it to LG. MD. So there it's still, there it's normal size. So there you get to see what it looks like on a mobile screen, sort of. There it's columns, but that wrapping looks more appropriate. So I might adjust these columns to be like half-half. Yeah, I might adjust these columns to be half-half. I think that'll look better. And then there, it's just what that thing scales as. Maybe do like a max height on this thing. I don't know. I'd have to do a utility class to do like max height on small so that this has a scroll bar. Because I don't want this thing. Maybe it can scroll massively. I don't know. I don't know if I care that much. But I like that this is smaller on here. Oh, I like that this is smaller on here and that it overlaps a little bit. Oh, I think that's really cool. I think that's really cool. This is much better. Maybe let me bring these things back, but make them only for large when the whole screen goes like this. So there it's still like that. And also let me do, in this column, let me do flex or justify end. No, items end. Items end. Is that what's going to do it? Nope. I don't know. I don't actually know what I should do here. Yeah, oh, this isn't flexed either. So that won't do it, but this will be items in should do it then. Why? What? Flex call. Okay. Oh, you know what will do it is if each of these is flex call with full. No, what? There you go. So that's what it looks like on small. There's where it's multi-column, and there's where it's like a third. But then I need to adjust the padding on these thirds, so there's a bit more padding on there than what I'm doing at the moment. So like P4 and then PB3, maybe something like that. Actually, maybe this is messing up here. So all of these should have margin bottom of 1. Let's change that to 2, let's change that to 2, and then do our padding bottom of 2 so it's not so gross. What does this look like when it wraps? I think there's still something wrong with this, to be honest. Margin top 2. It still feels like too much underneath here. Maybe the trick is get rid of this margin top, get rid of this margin bottom, and do a margin Y here of 4. So the description margin Y here of 4. Oh, we do need the margin bottom here. So the description has more space to breathe. I think that works well. Cool. I think that's where I want to call it tonight. Thank you so much for being in chat. Thanks, K1 Kingy, again for subbing with Twitch Prime. That's really set me off. Yeah, thank you for being here. You can join me again tomorrow, like an hour ago's time, but tomorrow. I'll be here probably doing some Gitstore stuff and hopefully with some swaggy stream UI that shows latest subs and follows and donations and those kinds of things. But that's all.